Hello and welcome to a tutorial on how to edit with Hitfilm 4 Express. So there'll be a link in the description for this so that you can download it, and it is in fact free, or the Express version is. The Pro version costs quite a bit, but you can do quite a lot with this editor, and I'll teach you some of the basics of how to do it. So just before we start, remember to leave a rating of what you think of the video, so a like or dislike, and also a comment, so that I can help improve the channel and stuff. So, well, that's said now, so let's get on with this. So what I'm gonna want to do is stop saying so. And the first thing you want to do is hit File and New, and then you should get a window pop up like this, and well, this is the resolution you're wanting, and this is the frame rate, and you can leave the aspect ratio and the sample rate unless you're wanting a higher or lower one, but 1000 Hz is fine. I'd just leave the anti-aliasing mode how it is and the shadow map size. Then you want to hit Start Editing and just let it load up. And now what you're going to want to do is have this media tab open, and your layout might look a bit differently, and you can change it in here, and you can also just drag it around like this, and you can move the bits over and stuff just to make it suit you. So you're going to want to go to Import, hit this bit and just hit Media, and then it will go up into all your stuff. You might need to blur some of these photos out in post editing, just because they're private. But then you'll want to go to your videos and to wherever you have this stuff, so I have it in Videos Captures, and then choose the video. So in this case I'm going to use Terraria and just edit it a bit. And once you've got all the media you're after, you can just drag it over and stick it in here. And if you're wanting music, I'll get to that later. It's basically just the same. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say yes. And what I don't want is the audio here, so I'm gonna right click it because they're linked and just hit unlink, and now I can drag these separately. So I'm just going to go ahead and delete this audio, and if you want you can mute it by hitting this, and you can also hide the video by hitting that. So now I'm just going to watch a bit of the video and see something that I can do to it. So to start off, I think I'll change this fairy here into something else. So I'm going to start it from here. So you can scroll in with your scroll wheel, and what I'm going to want to do is slice the video here, and I want to edit up to say here, so I'll slice it there. Then you click this bit that you want to edit, and I'm going to do some motion tracking here, so I want to hit make composite shot, then just OK. And now to add a motion tracking thing on, I want to hit this drop down menu, then tracks, and hit the plus here, and that'll open up a tracker, and you'll see it just here. And if you want, you can have it so I just keep optical flow because I'm not really sure what the other one does, but you can have 2 points just to have it keep the position, the scale, and the rotation and stuff. But it doesn't really matter for Terraria. So I'm going to want this red box to cover this fairy, then I'll extend this box a bit just so it stays on track. And then you want to go to this arrow here to the left of the screen and click it. And then if it comes off of the thing, just move it back on, and you might need to do it a few times because it's got a few different sprites. This one's going to be a bit finicky to do, but for the most part it stays on track. Just move it down a bit. And you just want to run this through. Most of the time it stays on track, but occasionally you have to change it by hand. Right in there, that's me at the end. So now, what I'm going to want to do is right click, new layer, and then point. And I can keep that on top and just select this so I can see it. And now, what I'm going to want to do is go to the tracker here, hit new point and apply, and now that new point follows that track. And then let's say this new point, so can I hide this because it's kind of covering up my video? Well, let's just say this new point I'm wanting like a picture on, so import media pictures, and what I'm going to go to downloads, I think it is. Nope, it's not. Alright, I have a picture somewhere. Here it is. So I want to replace my fairy with Doge. So I'll just drag Doge on, and then I'll go to Viewer and rescale it. Just flip it around. And I'll go back to the start of the track and dump this on top of my fairy. And now, what I'm going to want to do is go to this bit here and go to new point, and that means the new point is its, like, well, track, it's like its parent, so it'll follow it. And now when I go, you'll see my fairy is replaced by Doge. Glitched a bit at the end because my motion tracker messed up, but it does what I want it to and it follows it. I could make it a bit bigger just so it stays with it and covers it a bit more. Now when I go back to editor, it should have replaced this part with that new video. Oops, don't want to do that. Don't middle click because it moves the video. No, that's fine, don't care. If you want to hold right click to move the camera on this, and left click also moves. So left click and the middle click are basically the same. There might be a few differences. And now, well, let's say at this point in the video, because I'm high up, I want another picture. So what I can actually do for here is import media again, and then I'll just go through and find a picture somewhere. See if I have one on my phone anywhere. There's going to be a lot of blurring here. Right, I've chosen this cat, so I'll drag the cat on and I'll just move it over here, and let's say I want it to pop up at this location at a certain time. So if I hit make composite shot and OK again, I'll just have the cat, and then right, so what I'm going to want to do for this cat is slice the video. Is it? Yeah. So I'm going to slice the video and just cut it to the length I want, just so it doesn't edit the whole video. It'll be a lot easier. Then I want to hit make composite shot again and OK. And then I want to drag this cat on. And what I'm going to do is say at 5 seconds I want to have this cat pop up. So I'll go here, go into this drop down bit, go to transform, click position, and then this little button here in between the two arrows is keyframes. So you click that and it'll pop a little keyframe here, and let's say I want it to be down here at that frame, and then at 5 seconds I was wanting it to be up here, so I'll do that. And now when we go back to the editor, that should be it done. So when I watch it through, you shall see. So I've got some people's voices in the background. So I'll just go and unlink and delete these, so I don't get the audio. And you'll see the cat slowly pops up. And let's say at the end, I want it to like disappear in a fiery explosion. So what I can actually do is go to the end of this track, or around there, so I'll say around this point, and what I will do is go quick 3D, then fire explosion, and drag it on. And I'll probably want that at the top so I can see it. And now I'm going to want to locate the fire explosion, wherever it is. Just quickly go and... Where's my fiery explosion? Well... Oh, you know what it is? It disappeared, yeah. So, I want to move this track along so I can actually see my explosion. So I'm going to want the cat to disappear around here. So I'll just go move this explosion on. Wrong layer. Right, you can use these arrows to move if you're not able to grab the thing. So, there we go. And if I go back to the editor tab here, and then go back and watch the video through, see the cat pops up, and then it should explode around here. And now, if you're wanting to add a sound effect or something, you'll notice I have 2 video tracks because I dragged the cat on above and it created one earlier. So I don't want that other track, but I do want this one. And just so it's a bit more organised, I'm going to name it SFX for sound effects. And I want to hit enter to save it. And now you go import and media again, but this time you want to go to wherever your music's stored. And then I'm going to use the explosion. And I'll just go and drag it on for now. But I'll find where the explosion first appears. And if you hold control and scroll, it zooms in. And I'm going to want this explosion to be around here. So, as you'll see, it's kind of... You can actually speed up and slow down this animation by going to the thing in the editor, in the composite shot, go controls, and I believe it is in one of these tabs, so probably general. Yeah, if I lower the duration.
Very polywag.
It's just Michael speaking.
Well, BRB. Very polywag.
And that is not what I wanted. Wait, my bad. I remember what I'm doing. Right click it and go speed/duration. No. Alright, never mind. There is a way to do it, but I can't. It's in this control panel, but I can't find it. I was positive it was duration. Could be growth, or no, that's the size of it. That's odd. Alright. Should be duration. Send it to that.
Well, BRB. Very polywag.
Alright. Well, you can just have a play about with that to figure out how to do it, because that should be working and it isn't. I've actually put us in the wrong track as well. Off to a good start. But you'll see I have my explosion sound effects like I wanted. And it's been a bit glitchy with me zooming out. Right. So far, what we've managed to do is replace my fairy with a flying doge head. It's very important for videos. Just flipped my keyboard. My bad. And coming up soon is the next effect, which was the cat popping up. So here we go. You see it come up now. And then it should disappear in a fiery explosion with the sound effect. Perfect. And now let's say I want to add music. So right click, insert track, and I'll name it music. Or you could just reuse audio 1. But I'd keep that for voices and stuff if you're having those in your video. Then you want to go media, import, and go to wherever your music is kept. So I'm going to go and get, let's say, some of MD Sky's music. Middle Melody, it's quite a good one. So I'll drag it on and shrink it to the right length. And at the moment it's probably a bit loud, so what I can actually do is go controls, properties, and just lower this a bit. And I'd say it's a bit of a nicer volume. So now I've got myself some great background music for this. Just watch this whole thing through. Right, I think that's probably enough. So now let's say I want some transitions. So what I'm going to do is go transitions audio, and I want it to fade out at the end. So now if I skip to the end, you should hear it gets quieter and kind of fades. But if you zoom into the transition, you can actually extend it so it happens over a longer period of time. So here it slowly gets quieter. And now if I want a transition for a video, let's say I want it to cross zoom just before that cat. So let's say just skip over here, extend it a bit, it's gone between both tracks. That was weird, okay. It might lag a tiny bit when it does effects. You see it zooms in and that would be when it swaps, but seeing as it's just one continuous track, it hasn't really swapped between it. And now, let's say I want to change up the scene a bit, but not with that. I want to use stylize, and let's say I want it to be an oil painting kind of thing. So if I do that, I can change the radius of it so it looks normal here, but I can change it and just change the levels a bit. So I'll stick with that. So you'll see when it zooms in, the style changes to be a bit more, well, plod, I guess. And now I want to have another thing, so I'm going to go with push this time and stick it here. And actually I'm going to want that to be on this track, so that should see... Alright, I'm going to want to overlap this here, or else we'll just get that background thing. I'm actually going to want it there. Okay, now it'll work. We'll see it slides across. I should probably make it a bit longer animation. And do that. So the cat explodes and then it swipes across the screen. And that is exactly how I wanted it to look. And now that I'm happy with my film... Alright guys, so sorry about this little cut, but I just remembered I forgot to tell you how to add text to your video. So what you're going to want to do is right click, new, and then composite shot, and you can adjust the length. And I'm just going to put this up to 30, and okay. And this is just while I'm editing the video. So then what you want to do is hit this A here, and you can go to text first actually. Change the font to something like Kandara, put up the scale, change like the depth and everything, change colour. Then you hit the A, drag to like increase the size of it. Then if I type, just type my name. Let's reset all this. Just highlight it and then go and change it back if it does that. It's not really supposed to do that, I don't know what it did. Then you have text and you can just overlay it by dragging it from here and putting it on top. So like that. And you can also, if you go to the end of the track, you can extend and retract its length and stuff. So I made it a lot shorter there. And anyway, that is that, and I'll go back to the tutorial now, but for the rest of the stuff. You'll see down here, like just above my Google Chrome symbol, there's a little media symbol. So if you click that, it should say export. And if you're uploading straight to YouTube, you can do it from here by adding in your details. Or you can go to MP4, which is what I want to do. And I'm just going to keep this how it is, except I'm going to change that to 30. Nope, not 390, a bit high. And I would say that is fine. So now I'll hit export. Actually, in fact, change it to 60, I think. No, I can't. Okay. You might need to do a bit of fiddling around with it to change it to 60 frames per second. But now I'll just hit export, and it's in my edited videos folder, and I'll just name it tutorial, and hit save. And now, because it's quite a short video, it'll have a relatively small time remaining. And I'll just skip to the end of this for you. Alright, so now that it's done, I'm not sure if this will show up in the video, but a box has come up saying export complete just here, and it tells me this time it started, how long it took, the folder it's in, and I can hit play to watch it, or I can just hit OK to dismiss the box. And well, I can now close it, or I can hit like save up here and save the project, which I don't really want to do, so I'm just going to leave that. And if you found this tutorial helpful, please share it, and well, like I said, leave a rating on it and a comment so you can help me know what I did well and what I didn't do well. And if you're feeling generous, you could always leave, or you could always subscribe. And that is it for now, so I will see you guys around, and goodbye.